This is Tawanda, also known as Teetee, and you are watching Tawanda's Culinary and Crafting Creations, where I give you culinary tips and crafting ideas. We're going to do some delicious beef and broccoli today. If that's something that you would be interested in, please join me. Hey guys, as I stated, today we are going to be doing some beef and broccoli. This is my rendition of it. It's not a traditional recipe. This is my version of beef and broccoli. So for our ingredients, I use some skirt steak. You could use flank if you want. This is like a cheaper cut of beef that you would be using. And what I have, I've already cut it and it's been marinating. That's the little brown color. It's been marinating in a little balsamic vinegar and some oil, some some ginger powder, and some five spice powder. It smells delicious. It's been it has been sitting for about an hour. And so it is ready to start cooking. Okay, so it looks like this. Like I said, the vinegar kind of made it a little brown. That's okay. That means it's well seasoned. Like I said, I put some garlic powder in there. If you have fresh garlic, you can definitely grate up some fresh ginger. I don't know why I keep saying garlic. You can definitely grate up some fresh ginger and put in there. I am using ginger powder. I'm also using some Chinese 5 spice. I got this from the Asian food market. I marinated this in my roasted garlic infused oil. This is like a canola oil, and I just drizzled it over the meat, and I put a little bit of balsamic vinegar on mine. You don't have to put this. You can use sesame oil. I think the traditional recipe calls for sesame oil. You can use that. I didn't have any, so I had to improvise. You see, I do that quite a bit. So we're going to set this bowl to the side since I've showed you what's in there. And we're going to go ahead and chop up our vegetables. I am going to put some onions in mine. And I may do some bell pepper. I'm not sure. Traditionally, onion and bell pepper do not go in beef and broccoli. But I'm going to put some in mine today. I'm going to use half of this huge onion. We're going to chop this up. So how was you guys' day today? Today is Monday the 26th to be exact. Or is it the 25th? I think it's the 25th. To be exact, so I worked, had a hard day at work. This weekend we went and funeralized my great uncle, my dad's uncle. And that was pretty emotional. And I drove there and back. It wasn't too far, but after you reach a certain age, any drive is tiring. So I was a little tired from that, so I took a nap and woke up so I could go ahead and finish cooking for the week. So we won't be tempted to eat takeout. Alright, so I'm going to dice mine roughly. You can just chop yours in slices if you would like. You could chop the onion however you want. But I like big pieces in my stir fry. And this is the only time I like big pieces of onion, okay? I don't like onion big and nothing else. My stir fries and my fried rices, I do like big pieces of onion. as long as they're, you know, cooked. Now, raw onion, no. You know, raw onion don't get them wrong. Okay. So there is our onion. And I don't think I'm going to put bell pepper in this. I am going to get my broccoli out so I can cut that. I've had my broccoli for a minute, so it might be kind of flouring a little bit on the ends. We shall see. No, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty decent. We're going to wash this off. Usually I have this part already done, but baby, that bed was calling me after work. So I was like, let me go take me a nap. I'm gonna let that drain for a few, so I don't mess up my counters. And let me put this onion in a bowl for my scraper. Ooh, y'all, almost had an accident. Yeah, so, you know, other than that, it was a good day. I had a nice Monday. No complaints. None. Like I said, just recuperating from my weekend. You know. That's okay. You know, we got to see family and everything. That was nice. Because I haven't seen a lot of them in a few years. Haven't really been anywhere during COVID. And it was just nice to see people. Just clean up the counter right quick. Get this onion off this chopping board. It's an eco-friendly multi-cleaner. So, you know, no harsh chemical smell. And it's not going to do me wrong here. Let's rinse this on. Alright. And now we're going to chop up that broccoli. Alright. Let's have a little bit of time to dry. So I'm going to chop this up. I got 2 stalks. And I'm just going to chop it up. And you want to chop it up in small enough pieces to where, you know, to your liking. Okay, I'll say that. Usually I get rid of the stalk part. Okay, and then we'll finish chopping this off camera. I know you don't want to see me chopping up broccoli. I'll be back in a minute. I don't think I'm going to use that. And then we will continue on with the recipe. Alright, guys, I have chopped up my broccoli, and we're gonna move on to the next part. So I have my broccoli here, good and drained and chopped. I'm gonna move it to this Tupperware dish. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna microwave it for a few minutes. We're just gonna add like a steam, okay? Now, if you wanna put yours in the oven and steam it, hey, be my guest. Not in the oven, but you know, if you wanna put it on the stove with a little water on a steamer and do it that way, hey, be my guest. But I'm gonna do it this way. So while that's going, we're gonna get our pan hot. I don't have a wok. I wish I did, because I would be using that. But I do have a heavy bottom pan that I use for these types of dishes. And I'm going to use that now. Don't mind the lights. Alright, so I'm going to use my pan here. Get the heat going on that. A high heat. Alright, and so the beef, I don't know if I said it or not, but you want to cut it while it's frozen or half frozen, and you want to cut it on against the grain on an angle, thin slices, so that it'll be easy to cook. It doesn't take long when it's frozen. It doesn't take long at all. So we're going to get that together and put some oil in this pan. And we're going to do canola because olive oil doesn't do well at high heats. So we're going to do some canola oil. Now, some people I have seen use avocado oil. If you want to, you know, stick to what you call a healthy oil, you can do some avocado oil if you want. I think even coconut oil works. I might squirt a little bit of that in here too. Just a little. Okay, my broccoli looks, let's give it another minute. We want to, you know, we want to get it a little cooked because here it's not going to be cooked well. Alright, so I'm going to put my onions in the pan once it gets heated. And what I'm going to use for my onions, I'm going to use a little bit of Creole seasoning. Now, I did tell you this is my rendition, so, you know, don't come for me about my beef and broccoli. I'm going to use some Creole seasoning. I'm not going to put any salt because this has salt in it. And I'm trying to watch my sodium intake, so we're not going to use salt as well. This is Herbes de Provence, which is basically Italian seasoning. I think it has maybe one more spice in here. Let's see. Basil, oregano, parsley. It has fennel seed in here. And lavender. So that's the difference. Okay. But I'll use either one. But I do enjoy using my Herbes de Provence. Alright. And I got that from Darius Cooks. Hey Darius, I'm cooking it here like you. Yeah, he put me onto that Herbes de Provence. And I tell you, I've been using it ever since I first saw him use it. And I've been following him for some years now. Alright, so pan, we're going to get that good and hot. Like I say, we're going to be cooking. Oh, good. We're going to be cooking at a high temp. And your onions, if you have a medium onion, you're probably going to use a whole onion. I had a huge onion that my daughter brought me from the store. So I just used like a little less than half of that. So I'm sprinkling my Creole seasoning on my onions. I'm going to sprinkle some of this Herbes de Provence on there. And I'm going to do just a tiny bit of ginger powder. Okay? And we're going to stir that all out. Once these get good and translucent, I'm going to add my beef in. I'm going to put a little bit more oil in here for the beef. But you want your onion, let me bring you over a little bit. Bring it over here to the pot. Alright, so this is the onion. And you want it to look like this. This is how you know your onion is good and seasoned, because it looks like this and it smells amazing on the stove. Okay? Alright, that's looking good. So now I'm going to add some of my beef. I might not be able to add all this. I might have to do a couple of batches. Yeah, because I don't want it to start steaming. Yeah, that sounds good. And I put another minute on that broccoli. Turn the heat up a little. You see how the beef is cooking pretty quickly in here. Now, I don't like medium rare beef. My junk got to be done. Okay. But when you put it in the smaller slices like this, it doesn't take long to cook. Now, if you want to add a little salt onto your beef, you can. Okay, at this point, you can do that. I'm not going to do that. There is salt in that Creole seasoning on that onion. And we're about to season this broccoli up too, once we put it in. Okay. So I'm doing it in batches because I don't want to overcrowd my pan. My broccoli looks good. So I'm going to be adding that in here as well. Next batch, I think. Overcrowd my pan here. That's good. Alright, now we're going to season up the broccoli. And we're going to let that cook with my soy sauce and stuff. So, let's get to seasoning. So I'm going to use some more herbes de Provence. Can you see it? Yeah, herbes de Provence. You can use as much as you want. I'm going to put some more Creole seasoning. See, I'm getting the beef and the broccoli with that. And I am going to add some soy sauce. Probably about a good tablespoon of soy. And you know that soy is salty too. So, should be careful. sprinkle everywhere, okay? Alright, so we're gonna let that cook on down, get that broccoli good and cooked. It's smelling wonderful. Now, if you want to add your onion powder in here, you can do that. You can add some garlic powder in if you want. We're not doing that today. Alright, we're going to let that cook on down a little bit more. I don't want to overcook the broccoli. And we're going to make a slurry. We're going to do a slurry. We're going to put about a half a teaspoon of cornstarch. Now, I'm doing a half a teaspoon because I'm keto. And cornstarch has a lot of carbs. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch has about 7 carbs in it. So I'm going to use a half a teaspoon for this. And we're going to make a slurry. So a slurry is just some water and flour. Here we're using cornstarch. And you just mix that together. With a little bit of water. Probably about a half teaspoon of water. You just want to mix it together, and it looks like that. And you put it in your sauce, and it helps to thicken it up. I'm going to add this in. I'm making a mess. And it's going to thicken up the sauce so that it will coat everything. Let's see if that half a teaspoon does anything. I'm hoping it does. Because I do not want to put more than that in here. Not really. If I have to, I will. But I think it might do. It smells good, y'all. We're going to try it out. Turn that heat down, because we don't want that juice to evaporate. Really, we want it to thicken and coat our meats and our broccoli. Put my onions and stuff down in there. Making a mess, y'all. I do. Watch out for the steam. It will burn you. Alright, I think okay. For me now, for you might want to do a little bit more cornstarch. It'll make it a little thicker. Maybe a teaspoon. And it looks like, it's getting pretty thick. I'm gonna cut that off. And we are going to plate it up and see how it tastes, guys. We sure are. Give me a plate here. Get a plate. Give me a second to do that, guys. I'm going to plate it. Without me breaking up the dishes. There we go. All right. Let's see how it is. It smells good. I'll tell you that. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit, put it on my plate. Doesn't that look delicious? So we're going to taste something. Give me a sec. Let me get it together here. We are going to give it a taste. Yep, I got on my hat today, guys. Yep. All right, so let's give it a taste. Yes, I gotta check and make sure I'm looking okay. I can't be looking crazy. Okay, so the beef is nice and tender. First of all, my fork goes right through it. Let's get a piece of this broccoli and see how that came out. I'm blowing it because it's hot. Good and hot too. Just came out. Oh yeah. That tastes good. That beef is tender because I marinated it in that canola oil, the garlic infused oil, and I put a little bit of balsamic vinegar in it to give it a little bit of sweetness. And the broccoli is good because I steamed it first in the microwave. That is good. That tastes better than takeout. Yeah. So, if you enjoyed my video and you want to try you some beef and broccoli, comment if you try it, like and share this video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, okay, for more delicious recipes like this. And if I didn't mention it before, this is keto friendly. Oh yeah, baby. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night.